Well, it's been a long time since I made a video. It's been 3 weeks since Charlie Kirk died, which in internet politics is like 2 years. We've almost completely memory holed him. I mean, there's still some talk, but it's pretty much over. In late July of this year, my dad died in a weird and sudden way, and ever since then, I've been more sensitive to subjects that involve death and sadness, and the shooting of Charlie Kirk was just so brutal and in your face, and it was hard not to be profoundly affected by it, regardless of whatever personal things you have going on in the background. I did write a piece about Charlie on my Substack if you want to go check it out. I'm not going to read it here. I guess I just wanted to hop on here and rant about the absolute state of politics right now. The left, they're just murderous. They're not handling losing the election well. The modern left is dying, and they're unable to moderate. They're unable to campaign. They're unable to lead. And they're unable to lie with impunity due to the internet. And it's driving them all insane. Like, literally insane and murderous. And the funny thing is, they have ran the government for 12 out of the last 16 years, and everything's worse. And they haven't even delivered on party promises for their own side. All the youthful energy that was there in the millennials for Obama to tap into, I mean, that's totally gone. All the millennials are disillusioned losers with no wealth, no plan, have crippling student debt, and zero power has been transferred to us in our adulthood. And we're not even culturally relevant anymore. Like, it's all Zoomers. And millennials are, we're not happy. So, I mean, that's the left. They're just a disaster. And then the right, the right just barely scrapes by all the time. And now they have an absolute gift from God in the form of Biden, who leaves America with no other choice but to give Trump another shot at it. Except this time we own it all. Trump 2, Electric Boogaloo. And what do we do with that power? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Congress is a dormant branch of government, passing nothing, doing nothing. It's almost like their job is to have fake hearings and make rage bait for conservatives. But when they do get power, when they are able to pass anything they want on any day, they do literally nothing. The Republicans, including Trump, I mean, they're just out to lunch. They're in la la land. The base and the far right continue to generate enough capital for them to do whatever they want on any issue. So much so that the GOP legit could have put libs in concentration camps after Charlie Kirk if they wanted to. But the GOP chooses the most retarded option every time. Like, anti-Indian sentiment is at an all-time high, thanks to us, which would give them the green light to do whatever they want. So the Trump administration decides to place fees of $100,000 on every H-1B applicant per year. And then the next day they reverse it all. And they take it all back. Charlie Kirk dies. And what do with that? They decide to try and enforce hate speech laws. They never addressed Austin Metcalf when he died, but they acknowledged some male Jewish student who got pushed by a female student on college campus, because that's where Pam Bondi's attention is. It's also retarded. I cannot take it anymore. Every week, the Trump administration does something so profoundly retarded you have to wonder who's in charge of any of it. I think this is why Trump was so anti-Project 2025, because all those people would have gotten in the way of this bullshit. I mean, what is the point of any of this? I got roped back into voting for Trump because I felt like the moment needed it. I was hopeful we'd get some America First policies, and I gave it 6 months, but I've lost all faith. What difference does voting in Republicans make if our people are still being murdered in broad daylight and the obvious networks that foment this violent ideology aren't absolutely crushed? I mean, what is the point? The left does stuff for their people. Can the right not do it for theirs? Well, the answer is no. They can't. They hate you. If only we were Jewish. If only we were in some country way far away. Then we might have them work for us. But just the fact that we're Americans, that we vote for them, that we give them their support, that we donate money to them, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough to have them fight for us in any way. The right has done so much work to get the Trump administration into the place where it can do what we want them to. We generate so much political capital for him, event after event. But then we end up having to beg for the punishment to stop. We shouldn't have to chimp for the most basic right-wing principles to be abided by. We shouldn't have to be edged every week with a new base thing and then have it taken away, all while the left is out murdering people in the streets, including children at schools every day. It's too much. Ever since COVID, the punishment of the left is all the right has wanted. And I'm not talking cancel culture. I'm talking the total obliteration of the party at every level. I can't say what I want to say here, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm done voting, for real this time. I'm embarrassed to say I was roped back into that whole scam. But then you have to think, how would Pam Bondi's response be any different than whatever AG Kamala Harris would have put in there? We get the same outcomes. They cover up the same scandals. We get inaction. The wars keep going on. Nothing changes. We're desperately looking for anyone who will cut this liberal Gordian knot we've got, rather than what we get now, which is some dork who autistically attempts to unravel some unimportant knot over here, over there. We want the violence and corruption to stop, and we literally generated enough vibes to put libs in concentration camps. And what does the Trump administration do? Oh, the best I could do is a Charlie Kirk collectible coin. There's all this talk about the youth getting radicalized. Well, buckle up, baby, because if the left is able to plan and execute assassinations in broad daylight and the right just sits there and forgives them, well, you're going to get radicalism. We're going to abandon the party of peace because we have no other option, because every week another one of us gets murdered because of who we are. It's too much, and it has to stop. It's like Sam Hyde said. Who gives a shit about the Constitution when it's used to defend your enemy who kills you? It's like Jesse Kelly said. Stop myopically going after Office Depot when there's a terrorist network to destroy. Who cares? We have bigger things to do in a short amount of time to do it. And then on top of all of this, we're still in an awful economy. No progress has been made on anything. Nothing is cheaper than it was. Nothing. Because we're focused on making Gaza beachfront property. And we're focused on having Bibi come over for the 5th time this year. It's just too much. It's too much. In Soviet Russia, there was this term called hypernormalization, where everybody knew it was all falling apart. But the politicians just continued on as if it were business as normal right up until the fall. No matter how bad it got, it all became normalized up until the end. And this is us. Our leadership seems completely incapable, totally incapable of acting in America's own interest despite public opinion or support. In other words, that's corruption. And as America gets worse and worse, you're going to get a nation of Nick Fuenteses and AOCs, and politics will get bloodier than any of us can imagine because of the inaction of a bunch of boomers myopically focused on Israel. It has to stop. 10 years ago, I was a normie, and they called me a fascist, and I said, I'm not a fascist. All right, well, I'm a fascist now. Great, I'm a fascist. You call me a fascist, I'm a fascist. And you know why they call me a fascist? So that they can justify the murder of me. Now, it's insane. Every single week, we have some church get shot up. We have some poor white person get murked on the streets. We got the Cincinnati couple getting the shit beat out of them. It's too much. It has to stop. And I'm so over it. I'm so over Trump. I'm so over him. I'm so over this pussy who won't do what needs to be done. He gets on Truth Social, which is so stupid in and of itself. Like, why can't he go to Twitter? He knows Twitter's where it's at. He knows all of his Truth Social stuff is posted on Twitter, and that's where everybody sees it. Why not go to Twitter? Whatever. So he yells into the ether, into the void, where some microphone hangs a mile up, and we just get the scraps. He yells into the ether, And he waves his hand around and goes, this has to stop. This has to stop. This is the enemy. This is crazy. The radical left, they have to pay. They're going to pay. And then nothing ever happens. Oh, we're going to unleash the full force. Oh, we're gonna let Antifa have it. And then what happens? We get one little person who acted up a bit too much and will be released tomorrow. He gets arrested. We need someone to do something. We need someone with balls. We need fascism. You want the trains to run on time? You gotta go to fascism. You want anything to work? See, this is the problem. This is the problem. You have liberalism. Oh, anybody gets to do anything, including not do anything. Anybody gets to do anything, including have our society fall apart. Like, completely fall apart. You're free to do that. You're free to destroy your country. You want to try to fix your country? Fascist. You want to fire all the retards who are screwing it all up? Fascist. Oh, you want a leader that cares about you? Fascist. Anti-Semite. Oh, you're calling out who the problems are? Globalist? Ha! Anti-Semitic dog whistle. Oh, you said they're neocons? Anti-Semitic dog whistle. Oh, you just used the term Jews? Anti-Semite. Anyways, Jews are so great because they own everything and they control everything, and that's what makes Jews special. In their own words. Oh, you're quoting us? Anti-Semitic. Fascist. Authoritarian. Oh, Charlie Kirk getting shot in the neck and dying? That worries you? That concerns you? Fascist. Oh, you want to stop that? Fascist. Oh, you want some peace? Fascist. Oh, you care about your own ethnicity? You care about your own race? Fascist. I mean, the left is currently having the Streisand effect. The thing they least want focused on, they're going to get. Because they can't shut up about it. They can't shut up about it. And that's what they're going to get. You want a whole nation in Nick Fuentes? This is how you do it. And I'm tired. I'm so tired of hearing this boomer bullshit about, oh, they want the right and the left to divide it. They want people split up. They divide and conquer. Divide. This is how they divide America. No, they want complete and total compliance, okay? No one was more tame than Charlie Kirk, and they shot him in the neck. If you wanted people to bicker back and forth, but ultimately vote in your thing, which is what they're all saying, the left and the right are all the same. We're all the same. Basically, this is what they would want. This is what they would want. They would want a Charlie Kirk. If you really wanted that, then you would want a Charlie Kirk. You would want a Hassan Piker, and you would want a Charlie Kirk. Maybe not Hassan Piker, but I don't even know. You'd want like a Hunter Avalon on the left, or I'm trying to think of some sane person on the left. There was this guy that Sam Harris interviewed. He was like this gay Puerto Rican, totally reasonable, totally didn't seem gay, had common sense. You have Bill Maher on the left. Let's do that. Bill Maher on the left, and you have Charlie Kirk on the right, and we argue about marginal tax rates, and then we all end up voting for Israel, okay? That would be the left and the right. But they don't do that. That would be the split, right? But they don't do that. There's no forgiveness for that. Charlie Kirk is a fascist. Dennis Prager is a fascist. And then, paradoxically, Dennis Prager is retardedly calling the left a fascist. That makes no sense. You know, Dinesh D'Souza is calling people fascist. Everyone's a fascist. You know, like when every single hometown, every single town, my hometown, everyone's the worst. People are the worst. Drivers are the worst. Their drivers are so bad. Oh, Denver? You ever been to Denver? Denver drivers are the worst. And everyone in Denver goes, yeah, our drivers are horrible. All right. Everyone in Denver says that their drivers are horrible. Well, statistically, some of those people are the horrible drivers. It's just, you know, same with Dennis Prager. Oh, the left is fascist, and the right is saying, the left is saying they're fascist, and the right is saying they're fascist. Well, someone's a fascist. All I'm saying is, if they really cared about division, they would want a little division. They would want someone on the left who does little lefty, safe left opinions, and then they would want a little person on the right, and then we'd all be mad in this very safe, comfortable zone. But they don't get that. They don't want that. They don't do that in practice. In practice, they shoot Charlie Kirk to death, and then they demonize us as far right and unacceptable, and our lives can't even be lived. Not even deserving to be lived. You know, when they call you a racist, when they call you a fascist, when they call you a homophobe, that's supposed to morally bankrupt you, give you no legitimacy, not even to live. So when they call all these people a fascist, that's a death threat. Does that sound like division? That sounds like annihilation. I'd love it if it was just divided. You know, I brought this piece up. I brought this up in the piece about Charlie Kirk, you know, because there's all these the left me types. All right, well, great. The left you. Well, the left shoots us. It'd be great if they just left us alone, but they don't. I wish I could make this point a little more succinctly, but I'm failing. I hope you understand what I mean. You know, the left, they don't want division. They don't want division. COVID showed us they don't want division. They want you to get the vax, and if you don't get the vax, you're going to be fired. You're going to get fired, you're going to die, and you're the party of darkness. That's what Biden said. You're the party of darkness. He goes on there, you want to be, oh, fascism. He goes up there, red lights, Marines, boot-jacketed thugs, and he threatens you, and he says you're evil. Is that division? They want you divided? Doesn't sound like it. They want you dead. They think it's funny. They want your kids transed or dead or raped or whatever. They're going to import a bunch of foreigners from every conflict they create overseas, and they think it's funny. They think it's funny that Dearborn, Michigan is now completely Islamic. They think it's funny. They would never live there. They don't want that. Israel would never allow that. But they think it's funny when it happens to you. Haha, we got one over on you, little goy. Oh, but never in Israel. It would never happen. No. Can't continue. This can't continue. Something's going to change. You know, the vibe shift happened in 2023, and we're 2 years into it, and they're not handling it well, are they? Now we've gotten to the point where they're shooting us. And this changes everything. Debate, never going to happen again. Little twinks like Brylan, Hollyhand. That's a joke. That's a total joke. It's like I put on my Substack, you know, we don't need another overdressed, preppy dork to go out and spout safe talking points from like the Reagan era and who will eventually start warming up to our ideas 10 years from now. I don't need him. We don't want him. We're getting shot to death. Our churches are getting attacked. Terrorist attacks on churches every week. I mean, we're coming up on 6 or 7 weeks of total violence from the left. Our leaders are totally incapable of doing something about it. And you think the Republicans are going to win re-election after this? Trump had enough capital at the start. The moment he got shot, 20 years of political capital, and he's pissed it all away. It's so frustrating. You know, and whatever. Okay, Trump is a moderate, Trump is a 90s liberal, whatever. How pathetic. How stupid. He has a mandate from heaven. Oh, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. God saved his life. To do what? Push in the chair for Bibi Netanyahu? Give Netanyahu a tongue bath every time he sees him? Be Israel's #1 simp? Betray all of American citizens? That was what he was saved for? Well, you let Charlie Kirk die. The guy who was warming up to our ideas started actually saying some pretty base things. No, dead. It's just stupid. I'm over it. I need something to happen. And they, oh, Trump, oh, he's a fascist, horrible fascist. He said, he told those fascists, he told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. All right, well, we've been standing back and standing by, and nothing has happened, and he's not doing anything, and the mass deportations aren't happening, and nothing's happening. A lot of Jewish interests have been happening. Bomb Iran because they have nukes. Yes! Oh, yes, master! Absolutely. I'll do it right now. And then he does it. Interesting. Well, when it comes to Israel, oh, we could do it. We can move heaven and earth. Well, America's back, brother. We're gonna bring in the B-52 bombers, and we showed those we showed those towel heads what's what. We brought them in, and America's back, brother. We flew in and we bombed that nuclear facility, and nothing is ever gonna happen ever again. They'll never get nukes. We got your back, Israel. Here we are, begging for table scraps. Please, Trump, could you do something about the left that's shooting us in the face, please? Best I could do is a coin. Well, you want Charlie Kirk's name on it? Here, boomers, spend your money. We'll take your money, and then we'll give it to Israel. That'll be what we do. We'll come up with some collectible coins with your martyr on it, and we'll make it a grift so that we can raise money for Israel's missiles. Because we have to give them missiles. It's the most important thing. This can't stand. This is where we're at. What's his, State of the Union going to look like? America strong? From now on, anytime any liberal says anything, you put a picture of Charlie Kirk. You put a picture of Irina, whatever her last name, Karuska or whatever. You post pictures of that. There's no argument. It's just the Chad yes meme over and over and over and over. You post pictures of the ladies being set on fire in the subway. You post pictures of the couple being beat up. This is the only argument. There is no argument. And even when Trump says, the union is strong, because it's coming, well, the response has to be the same. Our people are dying. Our people are getting shot. Our people are being targeted on the basis of their race, on our values, on our culture. It was funny. White people, y'all think milk is spicy. You can't dance. You have no culture. We taught you how to bathe. Yeah, all that was funny, right? Is it funny now? Is it funny that there's a trans cult, a trans domestic terror network of these radicalized nut jobs who go to schools and murder you every week? Is it funny now? Is it serious enough for you to abandon Trump's idiocy and demand some real action? It is for me. I just hope it is for everyone else, because I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. It cannot continue. It has to stop. And I'm powerless. I'm just a guy. I'm in my garage making this video right now. I just have a normal job. I have no power. I'm not in I'm not in DC. I'm not some fed. I'm a nobody. I'm just a guy who makes videos on the internet and rants. I got no power. But I'm done voting for these people. They went from stabbing us in the back. They just, that always used to be a thing. We're going to campaign, and then we're going to stab you in the back. They don't even do that anymore. They stab you in the front. And I'm not voting for a bunch of front stabbers. And I'm not voting for the left, because they're a bunch of front shooters. So it's either between the front shooters or the front stabbers. It's either between the party, the Democrats that have sex with little kids and worship Satan, or the people on the right who defend or do it themselves. That's our choices. That's your choices to vote. Well, that's unsustainable. Totally unsustainable. This country's a joke. You want the State of the Union? This country's a joke. Number one, my ass. Total joke. It just makes me furious. Thinking about Charlie Kirk makes me so mad. Makes me so furious. Thinking about Irina makes me so furious. Seeing Trump's reaction to it all makes me furious. Oh, is your friend? Really? Well, okay. Could have fooled me. And if you're not gonna save America for Americans' sake, well, then do it for your friend's sake. But he doesn't care. He doesn't care. It's a hard pill to swallow. The OGC's slogan is, no one is coming to save you but God. No one is coming to save you. You're on your own. Man, it feels like that, doesn't it? I mean, I have all the guys in the OGC. I have the support of them, but I don't have anyone else's support. I don't have the state on my side. Supposedly, on paper, I own everything. They have the monopoly on violence, and I own them. And I can inflict my will, political inflict my, I don't know how I want to say this, but you know what I mean. I can inflict my will on others through force, through the party that I elected in, that has the public majority of support, and yet it doesn't feel like that, does it? It feels like Bane in The Dark Knight. It's like, I'm in charge. Do you feel in charge? I don't feel in charge. I don't feel like I'm getting my way. Am I winning so much I'm gonna get tired of winning? No, I don't. State of the Union, not winning. Anyways, I better end this rant. I've been ranting for a while. I had some outlines and then I went full rant mode, but if you made it to the end, thanks for listening. Sorry, I just had to get this off my chest. I've been so frustrated. You know, if you like this channel and you want to see more videos like it, then consider giving this video a like or maybe subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.